All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. First order of business here. My friends from Sweden sent me this album twice. First time it never got here. Second time I think it arrived here yesterday. Backwoods Spirit is the name of the band. The album's called Fresh from the Can. If you dig like the Allman Brothers and Black Crowes and all of that style of music kind of melded together. And these guys are from Sweden and they're doing authentic, traditional American rock and roll from the South, or, some people would call it roots rock. Great drums on this record too. I really like the sound and the production of it. It's different and you should check it out. Backwoods Spirit is the name of the band. That's their second album, by the way. Here's what they look like. They signed their picture. And again, thanks guys for sending that out. And I think fans will like this if they check it out. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Styx because I think the hope of a Styx reunion again has faded and faded quickly. I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago with August Zadra, who is the lead guitar player in Dennis DeYoung's band. And we were talking before the actual video and after, and I can't disclose everything that we talked about, but more or less, people have been trying behind the scenes, I guess, to get this thing to happen, where Dennis gets to go on tour with Styx one more time. Dennis just turned 75 years old, so no offense to him or anybody, but time is really running out. I mean, I know he still sings well, and he looks good for his age, and he's still very capable of playing keyboards and getting out there and putting on a great show. But it didn't materialize. Dennis DeYoung actually confirms this over on his Facebook page. He says, unfortunately, a proper 50-year anniversary didn't materialize despite the attempts by booking agents, managers, global entertainment companies, and offers of tons of Charoli, or could be just Charol. All right, what's a mother to do? And that last word is a euphemism for money. Now, I thought, hey, there's a lot of money on the table. You guys could be set financially, from what I have heard, that this was a big offer, a really big offer. And the only thing I can think of here is that they just don't like Dennis DeYoung, because this would look like a victory for Dennis, because Dennis has been talking about this and, hey, these guys have been really unfair to me, and they should just one more time for the fans, and it would look like they're acquiescing. And I've come to the conclusion that there is some sort of personal animosity that they have towards Dennis DeYoung. Dennis wrote a majority of their big hit songs. They really wouldn't be able to tour as the band they are now if they didn't have this arsenal of great music to choose from. Much of it was written, arranged, or critiqued, produced by Dennis DeYoung. There's just no getting around that. They don't play the band's biggest song, which is Babe. They don't play it. And, because hard rock, right? Because we're hard rocking guys. And I just think it's weird. Everybody who's going to go see a Styx show is most likely over 50 years old now, right? And I'm sure they're okay with the song Babe, but Tommy and JY, they're not okay with it. And it doesn't mean you can't rock out and play the other material, but getting away from that aspect, that Dennis was really important as an artist to this band, as a creative force in the band. Obviously, they didn't like his leadership role, and they still resent him for what happened in the 1980s, or at least they're putting out that storyline. I've been told that all of what happened around Roboto was just very perfunctory, like, yeah, we're putting out this album. It's going to have a different spin to it, but this is where music is going. I mean, if these guys were going to protest, like they were, nope, we're not going to let the record label release this, and we won't record any music with Dennis and so forth. That didn't occur back then. This was kind of a story, a narration that developed afterward. Yeah, Tommy walked out. He walked off, right? And that's true. And whether it was personality issues, but then we'll tell the story again, fast forward to the 90s, Return to Paradise, really successful. If you go back and watch the video of that concert, it's like these guys are on fire. The audience is having a great time, which, by the way, proves to me that the cheesy schmaltzy Styx in the mid 90s, amidst all of the grunge around them, right, were able to put on huge shows. And their momentum would have kept going if Dennis didn't get sick and he got light sensitive. I think he had some real nasty virus, right? And which is interesting because fast forward, and here we are, and that is in the news still. But anyway, I don't want to get off on a tangent about that, but he became light sensitive. He was trying to get some advice. What do I do? Blah, blah, blah. Very much like what happened with Steve Perry, except Dennis wanted to come back. He didn't want these guys to just go off, and they did. And then they booted him out of the band, and then they got the name. And Dennis got to say, Dennis DeYoung and the music of Styx, which is really a hollow victory when you consider Styx is name recognition. It's what people will buy tickets for, even if they don't know who Lawrence Gowan is. They don't really care who Lawrence Gowan is, right? They don't. They're going to go see Styx, and they want to hear all of the big songs. And Dennis was the guy to deliver some of those big songs. And the band, of course, has tried to pivot away from Dennis a little bit, but they even had to bring Mr. Roboto into their set because people wanted to hear it, and they were stunned that they were paying all this money. They don't get to hear Babe, by the way. And Babe is too personal of a song for them. Besides the obvious of it's too schmaltzy, yada, yada, it's too personal. And that's Dennis to his wife, and Dennis should be the one to sing it. It would be just, I don't know, it would lose some of its appeal if Gowan was singing it or some other person was trying to sing it. It's Dennis to his wife. And so anyway, making a short story longer here, it's tragic because just give the guy one last hurrah with a band that wouldn't be successful without his help from the past. You could say, Styx is a new band. We've got these new people and we've got a new vision. And now we do these concept albums, or we're trying to be edgy, even though some of it is edgy and some of it's not all that edgy. It's kind of predictable. I liked the last album. I liked the Mars album a little bit more than the last album, but for the most part, what it really lacks is Dennis and his creativity. Imagine if you had Dennis in there brainstorming about, the universe and all of these deep questions, which Dennis has been doing since really, I don't know, Grand Illusion, right? Maybe before that. So it's just a sad day. You realize, hey, a band that you love, yeah, they'll go on and they'll sell tickets as Styx and people will enjoy the show. And I don't deny the band any success that it has moving forward, but I think this would have been a legitimate and diplomatic thing to do at this stage. Just bring Dennis in, make a whole bunch of money, and then everybody hugs and says goodbye, and Dennis can go back to Chicago and probably just retire, right? And not think about this stuff anymore. All right, so that's it. Again, one last time on my friends here from Sweden, Backwoods Spirit and Fresh from the Can. That's my plug for the album. I have the CD, which is really cool. I love having CDs. I don't know. I'm a weird guy, but having a physical copy of just album, CD these days. Send me the cassette, you know. Oh, I don't have a cassette player, but it would still be cool to have. All right, people, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, Patreon for $1 a month. Times are getting weird out there with a lot of channels that are either disappearing or having trouble with their revenue stream because of certain factors in the world right now. I'm going to try to stay focused more on music just because of that. And I may inject some political commentary here or there. I do have another channel that you could check out for very raw and different takes on some of the things that are going on right now. And you can find that link, by the way, on the banner of this particular page. So if you see that, see a little YouTube logo, click on that, and that will bring you to the other channel, which is very similar to this channel, but yet it isn't. It's a lot of different subject matter. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all soon.